In this video, I'm going to do a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to trade futures on the WEEX crypto exchange. If you're still relatively new to the platform and you'd like to learn more about its basic functions or how to trade on the spot market, I did make a separate tutorial for that, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I'll show you how to create a new account, where to go to transfer crypto assets onto the platform, and how to internally transfer your assets from your spot account and into your futures account. After that, I'll take you into the futures market and show you the different pairings and get you familiar with the user interface. From there, I'll explain the funding rate, how to change your margin mode, and how to adjust your leverage. After that, I'll demonstrate how to place trades going long or short, using market orders, limit orders, and how to set up some take profits and stop losses. All of that and more with some tips and tricks along the way. If this is your first time signing up on the WEEX exchange, I left you a verified link in the description of this video, as well as in the pinned comment down below. WEEX is often running promotions for people who are signing up for the first time. These can be really nice deposit bonuses, discounts on trading fees, airdrops, giveaways, and more. If you use my link when signing up, you'll be eligible for the current promotion, whatever that might be by the time you're watching this video. You'll also be supporting my channel at no extra cost to you. This video is not financial advice. This video is for educational purposes only. Always do your own research before ever using a crypto exchange, including the WEEX crypto exchange. I also left you some timestamps in the description down below, so at any point, feel free to skip ahead to a section that might be most relevant to you. Let's get into the video. If you click on my link in the description of this video or in the pinned comment down below, you'll be redirected to the sign up page right here. Over here on the left hand side, you'll be able to see if there's some bonuses that are available to you at the time of making your account. You can see right here that currently you can get up to 6,803 in USDT bonuses. I will also point out at the time of making this video, there's an additional exclusive promotion that's running for people who use my link when signing up. And you can see that this promotion here is running till September 20th of 2024. We can get an additional $10,000 in deposit bonuses, and these are for the futures market. You can see on this graph over here that the more you deposit, the more you trade with, the more in futures bonuses that you can unlock. You can use these bonuses to place additional trades, and the profits are yours to keep. Now, if you missed this promotion, all good. There could be a different promotion available to you by the time you're watching this video. I will also mention that anybody that uses my link is also going to save 15% on all their taker orders. So anytime that you place a market order, you'll save 15% on all your trading fees for the lifetime of your account. And that promotion is available to anyone at any time that uses my link when signing up. When you're ready to create your account, you can do that by using a phone number or an email. Come up with a good password, make sure to read through the user agreement. If everything looks good to you, just click right here on sign up. And here's the home page of the exchange once you've created your account. Now, if you're not already on this page, you can get here by clicking on the WEEX logo top left-hand side of the screen. Once you've created your account, don't forget to check out some of the bonuses. So to find those, just come up here, top left-hand side where it says Rewards Hub. Then you can click right here on Welcome Bonus. And here's how to get to the bonus page, where you can get up to 6,803 in USDT. And this is one of the promotions that are currently available. Maybe it's even more by the time you're watching this video. When you receive your rewards, you'll find them accruing right here where it says My Rewards. Now, if we scroll down this page, you'll see some beginners tasks here that you can complete. Down here's where you'll find some futures trading tasks, where you can earn additional tether bonuses by simply placing trades on the futures market. So if you're going to be trading futures anyways, just make sure to come in here and claim some of these bonuses. Down here at the bottom is where you'll find the event rules. So certainly give those a read through. When you want to get back to the home page, just come up here, top left-hand side, and we'll click on the WEEX logo. After your account is created, you can deposit some tether onto the platform by clicking here on Deposit Now, or you can come up here, top right hand side, where your profile icon is, then come down here and click on Deposit. And this will bring you over to the crypto deposit form. You can see this is already set to tether, and if you want to send in a different crypto, just click right here. Then you can choose whatever crypto you wish to deposit from this drop-down menu, or you can search for one in the search bar. You'll see all the available networks down below, so choose a network that works for you. Some are faster and less in fees than others. Just make sure to match the networks on both sides. So wherever you're sending the crypto from, make sure you match that network to the network that you select here on the WEEX platform. Now, I cover this in more detail in my WEEX step-by-step beginner tutorial, So if you need any additional help with this, feel free to check out that video. I'll leave a link for it in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I'll be focusing on futures. Before trading on the futures market, you'll need to internally transfer your tether from your spot account and into your futures account. And in this tutorial, I'll be demonstrating with the Futures Pro account, which is the most popular option on the WEEX platform. Now you'll find a transfer button on your assets overview page over here on the right hand side. And to get to this page, you just come up here to your profile icon and simply click on your balance. Alternatively, you'll also notice a transfer button in this drop down menu right here. So I'll just go ahead and click on that. But either way, that'll bring you over to the internal transfer page. And there's no fees to get this done. This is simply an internal transfer of your assets. So you can see in my case here, I'm already set up to transfer tether. But if you're not, you can always click right here and then just select tether from this drop down menu. Down below, you can see that this is already configured to transfer from spot and into Futures Pro. But if I wasn't already set to spot, I'd give that a click and I'd select spot in this drop down menu. If I wasn't set to Futures Pro, I'd click right here and of course select Futures Pro. Next, choose how much tether you wish to transfer. You'll be able to see your available balance right here. So you can always transfer in a custom amount if you wish, like so. But if you want to transfer all of it, just click here on all. Once you're ready, click here on confirm. Transfer was successful. So now my tether's been moved from my spot account and into my Futures Pro account. If we come over here on the left hand side, click on asset overview. We'll come over here, click on Futures Pro, and here's where you'll be able to see your tether that you transferred into your Futures Pro account. Now I'm ready to trade some crypto. To get into the futures market and view the different pairings, just come right up here where it says Futures Zone, and we'll click right here where it says Futures Pro. And this will bring you into the futures user interface. You'll find your pairings right up here, top left hand side. You'll see when I hover over where it says BTC USDT, we'll get a drop down window here where we'll be able to see all the different pairings that are available for trading. Now, at the time of recording, the market type that's available is USDT. This means that all profits and losses are going to be settled in tether. So once you close a position, you'll no longer be exposed to the volatility of the underlying asset. In the future, they might add different market types, and if and when they do that, you'll likely find your market types up at the top here. So you just simply click on the market type, then click on the pairing that you wish to trade. Alternatively, you can search for a pairing in the search bar up above. Just type in the ticker of the crypto you wish to trade. So if I want Solana, I type in SOL, and I can see the Solana pairing right here, so I can give that a click. And as you can see, I just changed the pairing to Solana versus Tether. If I want to get back to Bitcoin, I'll just come down here and click on BTC USDT. And that's how you can toggle between pairings. Now, if you've already seen some of my other exchange tutorials or you're an experienced trader, you're likely already familiar with the user interface. But if this is your first time seeing this, all good. This is a beginner's tutorial, so I'm going to take the time to break this down for you. Remember, if there's anything you're already familiar with in this tutorial, feel free to use the timestamps in the description down below to skip to a section that's most relevant to you. So right here, we have our price action chart showing us the asset's performance over a selected time frame. You'll find your time frames top left-hand side of the chart, and in my case here, you can see that I'm set to a daily time frame. That means each one of these candlesticks down below represents 1 day of time. If you want to change the time frame, just click on the time frame you wish to view. So if I was to come up here and click on 4H, this means I'm now viewing the price action on a 4-hour time frame. Now each candlestick represents 4 hours of time. This chart is powered by TradingView. You can see the logo right down here, bottom left-hand side. And this means you're going to have access to some drawing tools, as well as some basic indicators from TradingView. Of course, your drawing tools are located right here on the left-hand side of the chart. And if you don't see yours, you'll notice a little arrow here. If I click this arrow, I can hide the drawing tools. If I click it again, it'll expand and reveal the drawing tools. Next to each one of the drawing tools is another tiny little arrow. If you click on that, it'll expand into a drop-down menu where you'll find additional drawing tools. If you'd like to create a tab of some of your favorite drawing tools, simply highlight the star next to the drawing tool you wish to add to that tab. So for example, if I want a trend line, I'll click on this star right here. Let's go ahead and add a horizontal. Click on this little triangle here, come down to horizontal line, click on the star. Let's go right ahead and do a Fibonacci retracement, just like so. And we'll come down here, we'll add a brush. I'll be using that in this tutorial. And let's go ahead and add a rectangle as well, just like so. Now you'll see right here that I created a tab with some drawing tools in it, and I can drag this anywhere on the chart that I like it. If you want to add one of these drawing tools to the chart, just left click on it, and then click on the chart where you wish to add it. So I'll go ahead and add a horizontal line, maybe something like this. Now if I want to move that horizontal line, I can hold down left click over top of the line. I can drag it anywhere I want. So if I wanted to move it up to here, I could do that. As easy as that. If I want to delete it, I'll click on this trash icon here inside this tab, and the horizontal line is gone. So certainly take some time, play around with some of these drawing tools and get to know what they do. There's simply too many of them to go through them all in this beginner's tutorial, but in the future, I'm going to be adding tutorials to my YouTube channel about drawing tools and different indicators. So certainly hit subscribe and watch out for those. If you'd like to add an indicator to the chart, just come up here and click on this little indicators tab. You'll get a pop-up window where you can explore some of the basic indicators from TradingView. If there's something specific that you're looking for, you can type it into the search bar right here. So if we wanted a MACD, we could do something like this. I can see the MACD right here, so I'll left click on that. I'll close this out. And as you can see, I just added the MACD to the bottom of the chart. If I want to get rid of this, I can come over here and click on this little X right here. And just like that, I got rid of the moving average convergence divergence from the bottom of the chart. You'll also notice there's a little line right here between your volume and the price action, and you can move this around. I like to move it down just a little bit like this, giving me a slightly better view of the price action chart, but certainly adjust that to your preference. You'll also notice a little tab right here, and you can use this tab to place market orders. Personally, I like to use the order panel for placing all my trades, so I like to close this tab. So to do that, we'll click on this little X right here, and that gets rid of that little tab. If you'd like to customize the appearance of your chart, just simply right click on it, then come down here and click on settings. Then you'll get a pop-up window where you can adjust some of the settings of your chart. What I like to do is come down here to canvas and give that a click. And I like to get rid of the horizontal and vertical grid lines, as they're just not doing much for my trading style. So to get that done, we'll click right here, then we'll click on none. The next thing that I like to do is I like to change the background of my chart to a slightly darker color. So to do that, we'll click here where it says gradient. We'll click here on solid. We'll click on this little box right here. Then we'll come over here and click on this box like so. Now, as you can see, I just adjusted the appearance of the chart in the background here. But if you like a gradient, you can always click here on solid, select gradient, and you can do two colors. So we could click on this box here. Let's go ahead and do a gray. We'll click on this box. Let's do a darker color like so. Now, as you can see, I just added a gradient to the chart in the background. So certainly come into your chart settings, play around with the appearance, and get this looking the way that you like it. At any point, you can restore it to its default setting by coming down here, click on template, then click on apply defaults. Now, as you can see, I just restored the chart back to its default setting. So I'm going to quickly retrace my steps here. We'll get rid of the vertical and horizontals. Go to gradient to solid, click here, darker color. Once you get the chart looking the way that you like it, come down here, click on OK. Next to the chart, you'll find your order book, and that's showing you where market participants have placed their orders to open long positions, short positions, or their take profits on their trades. In the top side in red, we have what's known as the asks. These are the price points that market participants have placed their orders to open short positions or placed their take profits on their long positions. Down here in green, we have what's known as the bids. These are the price points that market participants have placed orders to open long positions or price points to take profit on their short positions. In the middle of the order book right here, we have what's known as the mid price. So all the asks up above are greater than the mid price, and all the bids down below are less than the mid price. When a trader comes along and executes a market order, they're matched up with the best available price off the order book, and the trade is executed immediately. If you want to see these trades happening in real time, you can come up here, click on market trades, and here's where you'll see trades happening in real time. All the buys coming in green, and all the sells are coming in red. In the price column, you can see the price point the successful trade was executed, and in the amount column, you'll be able to see the size of the trade that successfully went through. When you want to get back to your order book, just simply click here on order book. And market participants are placing orders on the order book by using limit orders, which I'll be demonstrating in this tutorial. Next to the order book, you'll find your order panel, where you can open positions using limit orders, market orders, as well as trigger orders. Up here, you'll find your margin mode, and over here is where you'll find your leverage. More on that shortly. And right up above the chart here is where you'll find the funding rate. And as you can see, at the time of making this video, there's a negative funding rate of 0.009%. This means that any traders holding a short position are paying this funding rate to traders holding long positions. If you ever see a positive funding rate, which a lot of the time you will, you can see it just switch to positive right there. Now this means any traders holding a long position are paying that funding rate to traders holding a short position. It's kind of funny how we just saw that change from a negative to a positive funding rate. These funding rates also have funding periods. So in this case here, there's a countdown timer, and this funding period has 26 minutes remaining. When that countdown timer reaches 0, this funding will be settled. So if this finishes with a positive funding rate, when this reaches 0, then any trader holding a long position will be paying that funding rate to traders holding a short position. If this funding rate goes negative, when the countdown timer reaches 0, then shorts will be paying that funding rate to traders holding a long position. And it's always a good idea to pay attention to the funding rate. If the funding rate gets really high, it can become expensive to hold on to positions, and it begins to disincentivize traders to hold those open positions. Sometimes when there's a really high funding rate, it can happen at an inflection point on the market. In this case here, this is not a very high funding rate, so I wouldn't consider this a canary in the coal mine. But if you ever see a really high funding rate, just keep in mind that can happen at an inflection point on the market. And as you can see, it just flipped back to a negative funding rate. So who's going to be paying who when this runs out? Will the bears be paying the bulls, or will the bulls be paying the bears? TikTok traders, 24 minutes. Now for the margin mode, we'll find that right above the order panel. So you can see my case here by default, this is set to cross combined. If you want to change your margin mode, give that a click. And you can come down here and you can toggle between cross and isolated. You can see down here there's combined and separated, but this is temporarily suspended. So we won't focus on that right now. But in a nutshell, if you're going to be using cross margin, this means that WEEX is going to use your entire futures account balance as collateral across all of your open positions. So if you get liquidated when using cross margin, you're going to lose your entire account balance. Now, in some cases, cross margin can help prevent liquidation. For example, let's imagine that you have two trades open. You have a long position on Bitcoin, betting on the price to go up, and a long position on Ethereum, also betting on the price to go up. Let's imagine that your Bitcoin trade is moving up, putting you in the profit. But at the same time, your Ethereum trade is going against you, and you're losing on that trade. The profits from your Bitcoin position will be temporarily offsetting the losses from your Ethereum position, which can help prevent you from getting liquidated. But the big takeaway here, in a nutshell, is if you do get liquidated on cross margin, you're going to lose your entire account balance. If you want to switch to isolated margin mode, you just simply click on isolated. And in a nutshell, what this means is that only what you put into a particular position is used as collateral for that position. So all your positions become independent of one another. So if one of your positions gets liquidated on isolated margin mode, you'll only lose that position, not your entire account balance, unless you put your entire account balance into one position. You'll also notice a brief description of each margin mode right down below. So if you need to brush up on that, you can always give that a quick read through. Being that this is a beginner's tutorial, I'll select isolated margin mode. But in the future, maybe I'll put out a short tutorial on how to trade using cross margin, as they are slightly different from one another, and they both have their pros and cons. So now that I've selected isolated margin mode, I'm going to come down here and click on confirm. Now when we come up here to the order panel, up above, you can see that I'm now set to isolated margin mode. So right over here, we can find our leverage. By default, you can see this is set to 20x leverage for long positions in green, and 20x leverage for short positions here in red. Now, in my opinion, 20x leverage is a very aggressive amount of leverage. Yes, leverage can maximize your gains, but it's more important to understand that leverage can also maximize losses or get you completely liquidated. And this can happen faster than a fart in a hurricane, especially if the market is volatile. Now, it's just my opinion, But I don't think a lot of leverage is necessary when trading crypto, especially altcoins, because they move so quickly anyways. Now, that's not to say you can't make money using high amounts of leverage. There's traders out there that have very optimized strategies for using high amounts of leverage, and they're quite successful with it. But for beginners and people who are new to this, it's important to understand the risks of leverage. The more that you use, the easier it is to get liquidated, and leverage is always going to maximize your losses. So if you wish to adjust your leverage, just click on the leverage you wish to change. So let's go ahead and start with the long leverage here. We'll click where it says 20x. We'll come down here. We can type in a custom amount, or you can use the slider bar right here. I'll go ahead and take this down to 2x leverage. So this means I can put on position sizes 2 times greater than the collateral I need to open the position. If I was to change this to 5x leverage, that would mean I can put on position size 5 times greater than the collateral required to open the position. I'll go ahead and just leave this on 2x, and I'll click on confirm. Now when we come back to the order panel, we can see that we've changed the leverage to 2x for long positions. Let's go ahead and adjust the short positions as well. We'll bring this down to 2x and confirm. Now I've adjusted the leverage for 2x for long positions and 2x for short positions. But choose the amount of leverage that works best for you. Just remember the risks. First, I'll demonstrate a market order. These order types are nice and simple. They'll execute immediately at the best available price off the order book, whether you're opening a position to go long or opening a position to go short. So the first thing we'll do is we'll come up to the pairings, top left-hand side, choose the crypto that you wish to trade. I'll go ahead and just leave this on Bitcoin versus Tether. Now we'll come over here to the order panel and we'll click here on market. Next, we need to choose the size of the position that we wish to open. We can do that in this box right here. And as you can see, this box is currently quoted in BTC, which is the underlying asset that I'm currently trading. But if you want to change this to Tether, just give that a click. You'll get this pop-up window here, and you can change this from BTC to USDT. Now you'll see once I click confirm, we come back over here. Now this box is quoted in Tether, and that is my personal preference whenever I'm trading the Tether pairings. But certainly use what's best for you. So we can type in a custom amount if we wish. I could go 100 Tether. And alternatively, you can use this slider bar down below. So if I was to slide this up to 76%, that would put 76% of my available balance into this position. If I slid it up to 100%, that would put 100% of my available balance into the position. For this demonstration, I'll go ahead and just leave this set to 100 Tether. Of course, choose your margin mode, as well as the amount of leverage you wish to use for this position. I'm going to leave that as it is. Once you get your order set up the way that you want it, you'd come down here. You'd click on open long if you're betting on the price to go up, or you'd click on open short if you're betting on the price to go down. For this demonstration, I'll go ahead and open a long position by giving it a click. Now we'll get this order confirmation pop-up window showing us the details of our order. So make sure everything is as you intended. And right here, we can see our liquidation price. So pay attention to that. This means that if this trade was to go against me, and the price of Bitcoin got all the way down to 27,438, this position would be liquidated, and I'd be losing all the collateral that I put into this position. Now you'll remember earlier in this tutorial, I mentioned that the more leverage you use, the easier it is to get liquidated. And I'll quickly show you what I mean by that. So you can see on 2x leverage, my liquidation price would be 27,436. But watch what happens when I increase the amount of leverage for this position. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on cancel. I'll come up here and I'll change my long leverage by clicking on it. And let's go ahead and just move this up to say 50x leverage. Now I'll click on confirm. Now we'll come back to the order panel. You can see that I have this set to 100 Tether still. Now I'll come over here and I'll click on open long. We'll get our order confirmation pop-up window. Now you'll see that my liquidation price came all the way up to 53,762. And the price of Bitcoin is currently trading at 54,683. So as you can see, this trade wouldn't have to go against me very much in order for this position to get liquidated. When I was on 2x leverage, my liquidation price was way down at 27,000. So the more leverage that you use, the closer your liquidation price is going to be to your entry price. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. And I'm going to switch my leverage back to 2x. And confirm. Now let's go ahead and open this position. So open long. My liquidation price is back down at 27,445. This looks good to me. So I'm going to click here on confirm. And just like that, that position opened immediately at the best available price off of the order book. I'm now in a long position, betting on the price to go up. You can see the details of your position if you come down here and click on the positions tab. And here's where you'll find the details of your open position. Over here, you'll be able to see your unrealized P&L. So as you can see in my case here, I'm getting absolutely wrecked. Now I'm making money. Right on. Here we go. I'm up 2 cents of tether. If you'd like to add a take profit and a stop loss to your open position, you'd come right over here on the right hand side. You can see where it says TP, that's for take profit, and SL, that's for stop loss. So let's go ahead and add a take profit target by clicking on TP. You're going to get this little pop up here. I'm just going to go ahead and click here on don't remind me again, and I understand. And I'm going to click right here on got it. So in this box here, we can type in a price point that we wish to use as our take profit. And just for the purpose of demonstration, let's imagine I'm targeting 70,000, like so. Now I can choose how much of my trade I wish to close if the price of Bitcoin hits 70,000. And I'll just use a slider bar and I'll slide it all the way up to 100%. Now right down here, WEEX is estimating approximately how much profit I'd be receiving if this trade reached my take profit, and approximately how much my return rate would be right here. So in my case, I'd be 55.82%, turning me a profit of approximately 15 tether. Once you get your take profit target set up the way that you want it, just click right here on confirm. Now we're getting an order confirmation here. So confirm the details are what you intended. This looks good to me. So I'm going to click here on confirm. And I'm getting a little notice here letting me know that if the market's volatile when my take profit target gets hit, that there may be a slight variance on the price that I get. It's always dependent on the order book. So if the order book's getting chewed up really fast, there could be a little bit of slippage when filling a market order. Usually this isn't a problem with larger pairings like Bitcoin versus Tether. But if you're trading an altcoin that has a thinner order book, sometimes there can be a bit of slippage when your targets get hit. Perfectly fine with me, so I'm going to click here on I understand. Now my take profit has been set at 70,000. Now I'll go ahead and set up a stop loss. So I'm going to come down here, click on SL. In this box right here, I'm going to go ahead and type in a price point that I wish to set a stop loss at. So I'm going to go ahead and type in 52,000 just for demonstration. Next, choose how much of the position you wish to close if your stop loss gets hit. I'll just use a slider bar. We'll bring it all the way up here to 100%. And then down below, we can see an estimation of approximately how much we're going to lose if the trade goes against us and hits our stop loss. Looks good to me, so I'm going to click on confirm. Confirm your order, make sure it's what you intended. If it is, click on confirm once again. And I'm going to click here on I understand. Now I've set a stop loss. We can actually see this on the chart itself, right in this little box right here. So if this trade starts to go against me, the price action comes down, hitting my stop loss at 52,000. The stop loss will be hit and my position will be closed at a loss. You can also amend your stop loss by simply grabbing onto this box, holding down left click. You can actually drag this anywhere you want it. So if I wanted to move it down a little further like so, I could do that. I'm going to click on confirm. Now, as you can see, I just amended the stop loss down to 50,580. You can also view your take profit and stop loss if you come over here, click on open orders. Then click here on trigger. And right here, you'll be able to see your stop loss. So right here where it says SL and your take profit right here where it says TP. If you want to cancel these, you can come over here on the right hand side. So I'll go ahead and cancel my take profit by clicking here on cancel. And as you can see, I just removed the take profit. And I can do the same for the stop loss. Alternatively, I can come up here to the chart and I can just click on this little X inside this box like so. And just like that, I canceled the stop loss. Now, if you want to close your trade manually, you can come over here, click on position. And over here on the right hand side is where you'll find your close options. If you want to reverse your position, you can always click here on reverse and then choose how much of your position you wish to reverse. Then you'd click on confirm. Now, if I was to do that, this is going to close my long position and immediately open a short position with the same size of order. So basically it's going to flip my position. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and click on cancel. If you want to close your position immediately at the best available price off the order book, you can always just click right here on flash close. And just like that, I immediately closed that position and I secured a massive profit of 0.2 cents worth of tether. Now I'll quickly show you how you can add a take profit and stop loss while you're opening your position. To get this done, we'll come up here to the order panel. We'll make sure we're set to market. Now we'll choose the size of the position. I'll just do 100 tether again like so. And this time I'll open a short position betting on the price to go down. But before doing that, I'm going to check this box right here where it says short TPSL. If I was doing this with a long position, I'd be clicking here on long TPSL. Now I can add a take profit in this box here, as well as a stop loss in this box here while opening this position. So let's just imagine that I'm targeting 45,000 to the downside. We'll type it in like so. I can see approximately what my profit would be if my target gets hit. And for a stop loss, let's just imagine that I want to set a stop loss at 55,115. Now I can see how much I'll lose if my stop loss gets hit, but once you get your order set the way that you want it, come down here, click on Open Short. Now we'll get our order confirmation pop-up window, but this time we can see that the take profit will be added immediately at 45,000, and the stop loss will be added as well at 55,115. I can see my liquidation price here at 81,906 approximately, but of course my stop loss is at 55,000, so I won't need to worry about getting liquidated on this trade. I'll be stopped out well before that price point gets hit. If everything looks good to you, come down here, click on Confirm. And I just opened that position immediately at the best available price off the order book. If we come up here to the chart, you can see that the stop loss was added immediately right here inside this box. So if this trade goes against me, hitting my stop loss, it'll be closed in a small loss. If Bitcoin does dump to the downside, hitting 45,000, I'll be closing this trade in a profit. Of course, you can see the details of your position if you come down here and click on position. And right over here, you can see my unrealized P&L. Once again, is 0.02 cents worth of tether. If at any point you want to manually close the position immediately, just come over here, click on Flash Close. And just like that, I locked in that profit and closed that position. So that's how you can use market orders. Now I'll demonstrate some limit orders. And limit orders give you the ability to choose a price point that you wish to open a long position or a price point that you wish to open a short position. But you will need the price of the asset to reach your order price before your order is going to fill and execute into a position. So to get this done, we'll come up to the pairings, choose the crypto that you wish to trade, then we'll head over here to the order panel and we'll click here on limit. Next, we need to choose a price point that we wish to open a position. And I'll demonstrate with a long position first. So let's quickly head over here to the chart. And I'm going to go ahead and switch us over to a daily time frame. And for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I think Bitcoin's going to come down a little bit further, maybe somewhere around this price action right here. So what I'll do is I'll grab a horizontal here out of the drawing tools, and I'll go ahead and mark that price action out, maybe something like this. Good enough for this demonstration. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart, all the way down at 43,841. And let's just imagine that I want to place an order to open a long position if Bitcoin was to break down and reach that price point. So we'll come back over here to the order panel and I'll type that into price. We'll go 43,841. Next, we'll choose the size of the order. For this demonstration, I'll go ahead and do 100 tether again. And of course, if we want to add a take profit and stop loss while we're placing this order, we can always check one of these boxes here. So I'm doing a long position, so I'll check this box right here. And now set a take profit. Let's just imagine that I'm targeting 70,000 if this order was to fill. And for a stop loss, let's head over here to the chart. And let's just imagine that I want to set my stop loss maybe below this pivot right here. So once again, I'll grab a horizontal. We'll mark a spot on the chart just below that little wick, like so. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming at 38,231. So we'll come over here, I'll type that in, 38,231. But once you get your limit order set the way that you want it, you'd come down here and we'll click on Open Long. We're getting our order confirmation pop-up window, so confirm the details are what you intended, including your take profit as well as your stop loss. If everything looks good, come down here, click on Confirm. And just like that, I placed that limit order onto the order book to open a long position at 43,841. So if the price of Bitcoin does break down, coming all the way down and hitting my price point at 43,841, this order is going to fill and put me into a long position. A stop loss will automatically be added down here at 38,231, and my take profit will be added up here at 70,000 if this order was to fill. We can also see that limit order right here in this green box on the chart. And if you want to amend it, you can just grab onto it by left clicking with your mouse, and you can drag it anywhere you like it. So let's just imagine I want to move it up maybe somewhere around this pivot right here. I'll let go of left click. I will confirm by clicking on confirm. Now, as you can see, I just amended that limit order to 47,182. So if Bitcoin breaks down, hits 47,182, this long order is going to fill. My stop loss will be added way down here. And of course, my take profit will be added up here at 70,000, somewhere in that area there. If you want to see the details of your limit order, you can come down here, click on open orders. And here's where you'll find the details of your limit order that are resting on the order book. And you can see in this case here, if this order fails, this take profit and stop loss will be added. If you want to cancel this order, just come over here, click on cancel. And alternatively, you can come up to the chart, click on this little X inside this green box, just like so. Now, as you can see, I just took that limit order off of the order book. If you'd like to use a limit order to open a short position, we can get that done by coming up here to the order panel. We'll make sure we're set to limit. Now let's choose a price point that we wish to place an order to open short. So let's quickly head over here to the chart. Let's just imagine that I'm looking at this price action right up in this area here. Let's go ahead and mark that out with the horizontal here. I'll grab it out of my little tab. We'll come over to the chart. Let's go ahead and mark an area like so. I can clearly see when I look left that this area was resistance right in here. When price action hit it, it was rejected to the downside. Same thing happened in this area right here. So let's just imagine that I want to use that price point to place a short position. Of course, now that I put a horizontal in the chart, I can see a price point on the y-axis coming in at 71,641. So let's imagine that I want to use that price point to place my short position. We'll come over here to the order panel. I'll type that into price. We'll go 71,641. Next, we'll choose the size of the position. I'll just do 100 tether again, like so. And of course, if we want to add a stop loss and a take profit, we'll come down here and we'll check this box right here. Let's just imagine that I'm targeting 43,841 to the downside. We'll use that as my take profit for this demonstration. Now let's go ahead and set a stop loss. So we'll head back over here to the chart. And let's imagine that I want to set a stop loss just above this pivot right here, Bitcoin's all-time high. Again, I'll grab a horizontal here from this tab, and I'll mark a spot just above that, somewhere right in here. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 74,541. So we'll come down here and we'll type that into this box. We'll go 74,541. Once you get your order set up the way that you want it, come down here and we'll click on open short. We'll get our order confirmation pop-up window, confirm the details are what you intended. If they are, click here on confirm. Now I've placed that limit order to open a short position at 71,641, and we can see that limit order in this little red box right here. So if Bitcoin does come all the way up there, hitting 71,641, this short order is going to fill and execute my position, and I'll be hoping for price to go to the downside. Of course, my take profit and stop loss will be added the moment that position is open. So if price just melts to the upside, it'll hit my stop loss here, 74,541, and I'll be closing this position in a loss. But if price action does reject once again from that area, moving all the way down here to 43,841, I'll be hitting my take profit and my position will be closed in that profit. Of course, if you want to view your open order, just come down here, click on open orders. Here's where you'll see all your limit orders that you have on the order book. If you want to cancel it, just come over here and click on cancel. And just like that, I removed that order off of the order book. So as you can see, limit orders do give you the ability to be a little bit more strategic by choosing price points that you wish to open positions to go long or price points that you wish to open positions to go short. But you do need the price of the asset to cooperate and reach your order price before your orders will fill and execute into positions. And there you have it, your introduction to trading futures on the WEEX Crypto Exchange. If you got some value out of that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Also, feel free to check out my other WEEX tutorials, which I put together in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.